Welcome back to the channel. We got a little project to do in the garage again. As a lot of you know that watch the channel, or maybe you don't, we use the waste oil furnace to heat the garage. We keep it a balmy 60 degrees in here all the time, and 55 to 60. And when we're in here, I cut it up like 65, and it's comfortable. But we get our oil in 55-gallon barrels from a local garage. They fill 2 barrels at a time. When they call, I gotta go get the barrels. Well, for the last 20 years, we've been rolling them up on a utility trailer. Me and Dad used to go do it, and Dad couldn't help anymore. He couldn't help roll those barrels up on that trailer, because trust me, it's not that easy. And I had a buddy of mine, I used to get him to go help me. And then that just got to be aggravating, trying to coordinate with somebody else to go get barrels of oil when they call and say, hey, our barrels are full. Usually their barrels are full and they need me to come and get them right now. So, got the dump trailer, and I am going to build a crane for the corner of this dump trailer so I can go pick up barrels of oil by myself. Let me show you what I'm thinking about. Well, one thing is, it took me forever to find a piece of pipe. I wanted to use 2-inch pipe. I think it's 2-inch ID, and it's yeah, it's like 2 3/8 OD. Took me forever to find a piece of pipe that would go in and fit fairly good. Okay. I mean, yeah, I could have bought an entire stick of that pipe. I forget, it's 2.5-inch pipe, I think. A whole stick of that was like 168 bucks. I just couldn't justify it, because it's be an odd sized pipe. Unless some of y'all out there want me to build you a gate or something, because I got access to some of this 2 3/8 pipe. Unless y'all want me to build you gates, I could build heavy duty gates. But anyhow, I did find a piece of pipe, and now I'm gonna do it right here on this corner. And I'm going to permanently attach that piece of galvanized pipe. And yes, I know it's galvanized. That's all I could find. Well, permanently weld it right here in this corner. And then the winch, or the pig pole will go up, and I'm going to put an electric winch on it, because we have the battery here to run the trailer. So why not just put an electric winch on it? So that will allow me to just stand here and push a button, be able to pick them barrels up off the ground, and hopefully swing it around. That's the only thing I don't know about. Barrel of used motor oil, from what I understand, will weigh about 600 pounds. So that's the only unknown in this project right now, is once I get a barrel picked up off the ground, how hard is it going to be to swing the crane so that we can get the oil from the ground here into the trailer. I don't know. That is the unknown right now. Because I really don't want to put a power swivel on the crane. I'm hoping it is just not that hard to do. Because I'm putting it on the back of this dump trailer, I am going to have to leave the gates closed. This has the what they call it, the 3-way gate. You can either swing both gates open, or leave that latched and the gate swings up, the whole thing, so you can spread gravel. So yeah, that's what I got planned. How's it gonna work? Don't know yet. Just been thinking about it here for the last couple hours, calculating, measuring. Because I only got one piece of that big pipe. It was a big pipe, did I say? big pipe's gonna be permanently mounted here, and then the pig pole. I said all that. Anywho, yeah. I guess it's time to start slicing and dicing. So the only way I know to do a project like this is just get started and just be flexible and ready to pivot. If something don't work, go a different direction. But I'm gonna think about this for a little bit more, and then I'll cut that piece of pipe, because I don't want. It took me 2 months to find that piece of pipe, so I don't want to. I don't want to cut it off too short or something. So y'all hang tight. This ought to be a good one. All right. I just kept thinking and thinking and thinking. I've been drawing this project in my mind for months. Never put anything on paper. It's just not my style usually. But I just finally decided to just go ahead and get started. If it ain't right, we'll fix it. So I did get the pipe welded to the corner of the trailer here. I did drill it and tapped it for a couple of grease zerks, because the pipes, the 2-inch pipe's going to go down in here and swivel. I've got that made. Well, I've got it notched to get my bend. I need to weld this, and I got a little pulley for out there on that end. That little pulley will go out there on the end for the cable to go through. I did get a winch. I got the Badlands 3500. I don't know if it's any good or not. Did come with a wired remote. Plus you've got the switch for like a, I don't know where it went. Oh, here it is. For like a 4-wheeler. I will probably wire up the switch because it's actually set up for both. That is for the switch, and this is for the wired remote. So yeah, we'll probably, I don't know, we'll put both on there, and then just try it and see which one we like the best. I was just a little bit concerned about 600 pounds of waste oil in a barrel hanging out there 4 feet off the side of that trailer. So we're going to leave the tailgate shut when we're lifting barrels on and off the trailer, and so I hung that up there so I could get my height. And now I'm going to weld this pipe and put my pulley on the end. I've got a cap, a pretty heavy cap for the end of the pipe, and that will be welded on there for the pulley. I got that welded, and here is why I drilled that and put grease zerks in it, because this has to rotate. And I welded this collar on here to keep it from going all the way to the bottom. I'm about 2 inches from the bottom, and this will be removable. Right now it's not heavy at all. It's hot. We're hitting the trailer a little bit. Did not anticipate that. It is removable. I'm going to mount the winch on here too, so I don't know how heavy that's going to make it. Winch is going to go right here. Cable will go up, go through that pulley, go down, lift the barrels. Bada bing, bada boom, Bob's your uncle. I don't really remember what was the last thing I videoed, but I did get the pig pole part all welded up. I ended up changing it up here on the end a little bit because it just didn't like the way it looked. So I just added a little bit to it to hang my pulley on. I'm gonna put a gusset right here, small gusset, and then I've got to do my bridge from here. I got to do it above the side of the trailer, so from about here to pretty close to the end, I'll do a bridge. And getting ready to mount the winch. I am going to make the winch, I'm gonna put it on there with a quick connect, so I can take the winch off, because I can lift, you know, I said I'm not gonna leave this on the trailer all the time. So I can lift the pole off fine. It's not very heavy. It's only down in there, 14 and a half inches or so. So it's not that big a deal to lift it up. But if I mount that winch on that pole, then that's gonna be just too heavy, I think. So yeah, I'm gonna carry on. I'm figuring out the winch mount setup, and as soon as I have more information for you, I'll be back. All right, I had a major pivot here. I was going to use a plate, 2 plates actually, weld one to my pig pole and bolt one to this winch. And I was going to use pins and pieces of metal, this piece of metal, sticking through this piece of metal with a hole in it, just like that, and use a pin to hold the winch on. Well, I thought, oh, that's dumb, because I have, I have it, I think it's an 8,000 pound winch. It's on my log splitter, and I have a 2-inch receiver on the log splitter with a piece of square tubing welded to or bolted to the winch, so I can take it off and, let me turn the light on, and use it other places. We've got a receiver on the car trailer, so that we can hook that winch, hook that winch up just like you was putting it in a hitch, and we can winch disabled vehicles up on the trailer. I also have one bolted to the floor in here, so that we can do the same thing. I can put that winch in here and pull disabled vehicles in this bay, if I need to get one on the lift. So, yeah. So why would I deviate from that? That's been a good system. It makes things versatile. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna weld a receiver right here on the pig pole. And then I'm also gonna weld one on the floor in front of this trailer, so that we can winch like a disabled lawnmower or something up on this trailer. Because I've had to do that before. I've got a 0-turn mower, and break the hydraulic pump belt. She's disabled. So I've had to winch it up on trailers before. So yeah. So we're gonna make this one just like that 8,000 pound winch. That way they will be interchangeable. I don't know what we're gonna do with the battery cables. We'll have to leave them a little bit long. Yeah. No, that's not true either. We'll figure it out. I'll show you what I got in my head. So yeah, that's what I say. When I start some project like this, I've thought about this for months, and sometimes it's just time to quit thinking and start doing. And in the middle, you may decide, hey, I want to go a different direction. No big deal. Yeah, I did cut out 2 pieces of metal, but we'll put them over there in that rack, and we will use them somewhere someday. If not, I guess my kids or my grandkids can haul it off for scrap someday when I'm gone. So whatever, man. So yeah, let's move. Oh, and I didn't have how many measures? I think the The hitches are 2-inch OD. That's the same size, so yeah. Just a smidge over 2-inch OD. So I had a fifth wheel landing gear. I still had a couple of those left, and that's a perfect fit. So that's what I'm going to use. So let's get the cipher in a different direction. I'll keep you posted. All right, I got it all tacked up. The receiver, the part that goes in the receiver, the winch is mounted, and the cable will go around the pulley, and it's all removable. Pull the pin out, pull that pin out, take the winch off, set it over here. I put a quick connect up here on that pulley too, so it'll just be pull pin and the cable comes down, and then you just remove the pulley like such. I mean, I absolutely had to make the winch removable. I get a quick connect as well, because there's no way in the world with my bad shoulders I could have lifted that whole thing off this trailer. Because I'm not going to leave this pig pole on here, you know, all the time. Only when I need to haul barrel oil. So we're going to get this all welded up, and then we'll be back. All the fabrication is basically done. I have to weld a tab on for some switches and some wiring harnesses. But other than that, the fabrication's all done. Now I'm starting the wiring, and I'm starting with these quick connects. Because I have to make a quick connect between the winch and the trailer so that it is removable. So this is what I'm using, and I'm crimping the ends on right now. Let me show you how that goes. Now the connectors that I bought are for #1 wire. I don't know what this is. It's much smaller, probably about half the size of #1. So I'm having to crimp these ends on here. So I'm just putting a short piece of wire in there to take up some room, and that's how I'm doing it. And I did the first one, and it turned out great. I am putting some of this Penetrox in these connectors, and I will also put heat shrink on them, try and keep the weather out. So thanks for Sam, a subscriber on the main channel. He sent me this Penetrox. He's a retired electrician. He had a bunch of stuff laying around. He said, I'm never going to use. So he said, do you want it? I'm like, well, yeah. So out of the kindness of his heart, he just sent me this stuff with a bunch of other stuff too. And thank you, Sam. That was cool. It was unexpected, and it was really cool. Try and get all that stranded wire in here without getting that Penetrox all over me. All right, got a couple little hairs hanging out. We ain't gonna worry about that. I am using my hydraulic crimper. I tried the 25 dies, but I wanted to try the 35s and see what they'd done, because I can always switch back over to the 25s if I want to. get that done. Ooh, that's way prettier than 25s. It's not real tight. I could have slipped those wires right out of there. So I might have to go back to the 25 to finish it, but the 35 done great for the first pass. I got 2 crimps on it now. Let's see. Ooh, yep, it would still slip off. So I'm gonna do one more crimp with the 35s, and I'm gonna put the 25 back on there. That's one thing that I don't like about this crimper is, especially on electrical connections, I just have never been able to get pretty crimps. Now maybe when I'm actually doing the number 1 wire, putting those ends on number 1 wire, I might try the 35s and see what kind of job we'll get out of that. They may be fine on that. I'd say this wire is small, and that's why I doubled it up. Boy, I got that Penetrox all over me. You wipe some of that extra off. Yeah, I got that stuff all over me. All over everything. It's like opening a can of Never-Cease or liquid Teflon. Now I'm just going to snip this extra off. Just like so. Like I say, we are going to heat shrink it. I know I don't have any red heat shrink. Gonna have to do with black. Now you will find this hydraulic crimper, because this thing works way better on pop-up cables than it does electrical cables. Still, I mean, it does the job, it's just not pretty. And I'm gonna use my butane torch, which is also on my Amazon site, link down below. I'll pull that shield off. I was using that for some small wire last night. This is that marine grade heat shrink too. There's also, it's also in my Amazon store. Most of the tools that I use on both channels are, the hand tools anyway, are in my Amazon store. If you ever want any of this stuff, go there and check it out. All right. That looks awesome. Awesome. Let those cool down for a minute, and then we'll shove them in those connectors. They go in just like this. Positive. They're marked positive and negative on this connector. I believe this is the way they go in. Nope, we'll go like that. Yeah. And it should just snap in. Just like that. There's going to be our connector. See if this one's cooled down yet. Probably enough. So it's going to go in like this. This is the negative. There we go. There's half of our quick connect. I have another one that looks just like this for the other side. So let me do some more wiring and we'll be right back. Because I guess the next thing I need to wire is from the battery back to the winch, which is on the back one. Battery's up there in that box, winch is back here. So I've got that number 1 cable. Yeah, it's not red, but I'm gonna run it from the battery back to there. Underneath the trailer on the frame, because the whole box goes up and down, so we can't connect anything to that, you know, wiring wise. So yeah, let me carry on, and when I got more news, I'll be back. Wiring is complete. I hooked my truck up to the trailer because I guarantee you this barrel would probably make the trailer rear up if it's not hooked to a truck. Now, I rolled a barrel over here. I have not tried it yet. I have no idea whether this thing's just gonna fold up. It's gonna fold up the side of my trailer. I mean, I have no clue. Let's see what happens. Y'all, I'm gonna take y'all along. Good, bad, or ugly. We're about to find out. This is something we built to pick up barrels with 20 years ago. It just clips on the end, each end of the barrel, and you put a hook to it. Here's that quick connect. It just disconnects the winch. Take the winch off, take the pig pole off. Boom. All right, let's see what happens. Watch right here. If anything's gonna happen, it could be right here. Now, another thing I don't know about is how hard is it going to be to swing around? Oh, mama. I love it when a plan comes together. Easy peasy. Boom. Ah, it works. Nothing bent, nothing broke, nothing flew apart. Wow, it works fantastic. I mean, I didn't know if it's gonna work or not. I just didn't until you saw it. Me and you saw it work at the same time. So now it's all done. Fabrication's all done. I do need to get a better pulley for up there at the end of the pig pole. It's kind of damaging the cable a little bit. It's just too small. I need to get one a little bit larger. But other than that, it's done. Now I have to just break it back down, take it all back apart, and paint it, and reassemble it, put it back on, and it's a done deal. Now let me show you how quick and easy this thing is to break down and get off the trailer. Pull that pin out, get the pulley off. Pull this pin, pull that pin. Pull this quick connect apart, and the winch comes off. Then you just lift the pig pole off. Boom. That's all there is to it. I'm going to paint this right here, so I'm just going to put that back. Yeah, I think that worked out really, really well. So what's my next project? I don't know yet. I've got a big project in mind, but it's a pretty big project, and I don't know if I'm gonna take it on right now. Be honest with you, you know, the YouTube revenues on the main channel is way down this time of year. The RV work is way down this time of year. So money's a little tight, and that project that I have in mind would be a little pricey. So I don't think we're gonna start that yet, but hey, I'll figure out something for y'all to watch, and y'all come back and see what it is. We'll catch you next time.